I'm not going to say what I wanted to say,
so
but I will say, girl, I almost cussed. Welcome back to the Mindfully Delusional podcast. I am Lauren, but my friends call me Lo, and I'm with
Trav.
and we are here with another episode. So I was on Instagram. Okay, first of all, there have been so many changes with social media lately.
The shift.
Yes. So we lost TikTok for a few hours. And then the whole world went crazy.
Still going crazy.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I'm one of the people who, after they said that it was gone from the U.S., after I tried to log in and realized that it was gone from the U.S., I just deleted the app off my phone.
Little did you know.
Little did I know. Anyway, in talking about social media, there's another thing that I noticed on Instagram, and I don't know if you saw this, but it creates a timeline that only shows you content that your friends have liked or commented on.
Ooh.
Here's why that's tea. I know you guys. I know you. I know what type of humor this person has. I know this person who loves musical things. A couple of the girls got some kinks. It's like having a man talk you through the act.
Oh.
Yeah, where he's like, good girl. Or just like that.
And these girls be liking those videos?
They be liking those videos. I was like, okay. After seeing the timeline, please don't stop liking these posts, y'all, because I need this timeline. But after I saw the timeline, I'm like,
notes. I'm like,
I can't like anything else. But then again, I could like it because sometimes you want people to see what you like.
Listen, I post in my stories all the time for the people that I want them to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I feel like they be knowing. I'd be like, yep, that post was just for you. And it's always so unspoken too. It's because we don't ever bring it up. Whoever it is.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm gonna just share this and I know you know that this is about you. Like now everybody gonna be looking at my stories like, oh, who's that about? Okay, not all the stories. You'll never know what I'm talking about.
People already do that to me, and I promise you I'm not talking about anybody. People do that and they always want to know. They send me the eyeballs. And that's why I don't post as many like quotes and stuff. Or if I repost something that feels relatable, they really think like there's a person behind it. There's nobody behind the post. However,
it's still relatable though.
It's still
exactly. I don't post nothing that ain't relatable that I can't relate to.
Yeah.
Or that's something that's like I love to laugh. So something that's hilariously funny. Oh, I have got to share it.
You know I'm insecure about my humor, so I don't like to share things that I think are funny.
Insecure about your humor?
I think
it's a genuine emotion.
I know. I feel like nobody thinks that the things that I think are funny.
Oh, is it dark humor? Dry humor?
I like all types of humor, but no, it's kind of quirky. It's kind of quirky, awkward, sarcastic humor.
Oh, we love some sarcasm.
I know. But you know what else I really do love? The carrying on of my stories. I love it when a fine man like my stories. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know what? Well, you be thirst trapping. You be with your workout. The workout. So listen, whoever saw Lauren's nude workout outfit, nude. I had to do a double take. Like, I know we're not this bold. I know we bold. I know we delusional, but baby, are you naked at the gym? Because that's what it looks like. Honey, that's why they make your stories. That's why they be winking and loving your stories, okay? Whether they talk to you in person or not.
Listen, I just want to warn everybody. I'm not the person to play with. Don't like my stuff. Don't like my stuff if you don't like me because...
He's in love with me. We're getting married tomorrow.
It's not that.
If you love my stories, you love me.
It's not even that. It's just don't make yourself a target. Cause I've moved on. I'm matured, but there's still a little menace.
Matured-ish.
Ooh, yeah. There's still a little bit of a menace inside of this grown woman body. And if something looks like fun, I might just do it for fun. I know.
Wow.
Isn't that?
What's wrong with fun? Stories roll so fast. It takes a lot for someone to actually react.
Really?
That's why I think that's why reactions are so big with the algorithm on social media, because some people just kind of scroll and just keep it moving. But when somebody stops and like likes or reacts or like
looks
do a
again,
double back,
you can see how many people like go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, they don't tell you.
Like that, huh?
Okay.
Well, let me give you more of what you like then. Let me just go ahead and like post it again. Rinse and repeat. Okay.
Listen, I'm serious, y'all. I'm really behaving. However, yeah, that really does get me. That gets me so good. I feel like. So today we decided that we were gonna talk about our villain eras. But before we get into it, I just wanna preface it by saying why I chose this topic this week.
Let's go.
Child, I was on the phone with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me about my week, and so I was telling him that I went to a memorial service actually. But when I walked in the room, I just noticed that there was a little bit of bad blood in the room. There were I had a couple, I don't want to call them enemies. I don't want to call them haters. I just want to say, you know what you've done.
It's a wind.
Yeah.
It's a breeze.
Yeah, baby. I walked in the room and immediately all the things that I had done in the past decade were just like right in front of me.
Let your life flash before your eyes, like your past flash before your eyes.
Yeah. And it's
Lord.
a circle that I hadn't like been around or been people I hadn't talked to or seen in a long time. And I was really happy to see most people. It was a great event, but yeah, that did happen.
It was a great event.
Shut up.
Okay.
You know what I meant.
I know what you meant.
Anyway, I was a menace. I was a menace in my 20s.
Why are you walking in a room and half the room hates you? Like, what is going on?
It wasn't half the room. If we're being honest, it was just a small handful. But for some reason, the whole entire handful was sitting right next to me.
You know, just a sidebar to that.
Yeah.
Generally, you feel like it's bigger than what it is.
I think so.
Yeah. It's always like a small little group of little minions, little miserable people.
Yeah.
And you feel like it's the world.
Yeah.
But okay, carry on.
So,
Sorry.
No. That's fine. I just wanted to know, like, do you have a villain era? Did you? Are you in it now?
Am I in it now? Is insane.
This leather.
Well, I can't say what I thought. The first thing I thought about with leather was, dominatrix, but that's not what we're talking about. So,
you know what? We don't have to talk about being villains. We can talk about kinks.
So, of course, I think we all play the villain in, somebody's story every once in a while.
Yeah.
But I do understand the walking in the room and feeling the shade. It's just like a thing. I feel like I get that a lot.
A lot.
I don't know
like
why.
a villain.
No. I'm not a villain. I love people, and I feel like I have a good heart. But everybody feels like they have a good heart. But anyway, I just feel like, I don't know, sometimes, I think a lot of times I'm misunderstood.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think a lot of times I'm misunderstood because when I was younger, people would always kind of say, yeah, the first impression is not always a great impression.
Of yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it has to do with the way I carry myself or maybe the way that I walk. I do feel like I've been a little bit of a villain in my family.
In your family?
A little bit.
I feel the same way, but tell me.
And there was a particular time that something happened that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with my mama. And I don't play about my mama. I don't care who you are. I do not play about my mama.
Yeah, me either.
My mother is a sweetheart. She loves everybody. She means well. She wants the best for everybody. She ain't messy, crazy, none of that. My mother is an angel from heaven, right? And so anybody that I feel got a little shade of smoke from my mama,
is a problem.
we'll see. It will be a problem. Family or not. I don't care who you are.
Facts.
PSA. Again. So anyway, I felt like there was some shade being thrown at my mama.
Okay.
And so I took to Facebook, like...
Oh my gosh.
I took to Facebook and I was just like, listen, PSA, I don't even remember what I said, but like, if you don't like something, then say something, or like family will push you the wrong way. I got so much backlash from my family about that post. Like, you are
right?
You are embarrassing the family. I felt like I was right. I just wanted to say PSA, like, if you don't like a thing or if you don't want to do a thing, then don't do it. But don't come and be shady about it because you didn't want to do it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so, and I feel like for a while, I felt like a little bit of a black sheep over just a post that was directed to probably 1 to 2 people.
Right.
But it was an uproar.
Yeah.
And I had to like sit down with my dad, and my dad had to be like, well, this person said that and this person said that.
Not the intervention.
intervention.
Come on,
And I remember one of my uncles called me like, girl, like, what's going on? Are you okay? Like, the family feels like this and the family feels like that. I didn't even say which family. Yeah. I have two sides of family. I have my mom's side, I have my dad's side. Like, you don't know who I'm talking about. Y'all made it a bigger thing by being like, it's us and we mad at you. But that was in my day of, like, you know, when you felt like you needed to sneak diss somebody or you wanted something to say to somebody, you posted on Facebook, like, PSA for the one person this is about, but I want everybody in the chat. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't do that no more. So when I was younger, I was bullied in school.
Okay.
And I was not very assertive. I wasn't assertive. I didn't, and this was middle school, so I didn't stand up for myself. Okay. And so I just allowed the people to, you know, bully me. And I don't know if I was, like, scared because I couldn't fight or I just wasn't a fighter. But I feel like that time changed me. I just really became, like, no nonsense. Maybe that's why, you know, people feel a certain way. And then I'm confident. I'm cute. I dress nice.
There we go.
Okay, we go. All the time. And I have been told, like, that people feel a way about me when I walk in the room or whatever. Yeah. And it's just like, because I'm cute. But I do feel like a lot of times I be getting the shade all the time from everybody. And I'm just like, what did I do?
So your villain origin story is the result of you, like, pulling yourself up and knowing who you are, but because you were bullied as a kid.
And taking no nonsense.
Okay.
Yes.
Period. Mm-hmm. I don't know where mine comes from. The most villainous thing that I have ever done, for sure, and it's kind of public, so people
let's go.
People who are watching this may remember this version of me, but I definitely, like, swooped in and stole somebody's man and then just didn't care.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's probably I don't want to say it's the worst thing I've ever done, but if there were a bunch of stories about me and they had to pull one off the shelf, like, where is she actually the bad person? Like, that is it. It's that story.
I mean, I have the same story, right? But I just can we define stealing somebody's man? Because I feel like when you steal somebody's man, you know that this person has somebody and you want them to leave them to be with you. That's what I feel like stealing is.
Yeah. What else is there?
Well, because I feel like I didn't necessarily steal him. It wasn't my intention. We kind of fell into a thing.
Okay.
But it wasn't my intention to be like, I want to take him from you.
But did you take him?
That's what they may say.
Okay. So you stole somebody's man. I mean, you know, whatever.
Well, I'm so sorry, girl.
Tomato.
Well, it backfired on me, so there we go.
Other than that, I think I might be considered the villain in a lot of places just because I can be kind of outspoken. Yeah. And a little rude about it. You know, I think it's one thing to be outspoken and it's another thing to kind of just be like,
yeah, I'm going to just say that and I don't care how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And I don't care how it comes out.
I don't. And it's that part. Because you could be like, oh, excuse me, what I want to say. But I'm just like.
You try to rosy it and put a little sugar on it and sugarcoat it and beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, you were pretty surgeon. You a surgeon.
Ooh.
You just.
That's what
it's cut and slice and dice.
That's what I've heard people say.
Okay, so what about dating someone after a friend dated them?
Y'all gonna hate me. I'm going for it.
You said what?
I'm going for it.
You're going for it?
What?
That is villain. Is that girl code?
It might be
girl code.
We gotta define friend. Cause if no, not we're hanging tough every single day and you're my homie. Absolutely not. Cause that's weird and that will make things.
And we probably most likely all spend time together. But
exactly.
that's where the connections be happening.
And that actually is really dumb in my mind. This is how I think. It's never really over sometimes between people. So why would I get this man that you used to date, bring him around, you're going to see him looking happy with me, and all of a sudden you're going to want him again, and because I know you're a villain, you're going to try and steal him from me again.
We villains together. We villains together.
No, sir.
So I'll say that I've only done that one time where someone that was my friend, she was known to, like, date this person for a few years. And then later on down the line, when her and I weren't really friends anymore, he and I got together. It still feels like it was probably, like, not okay. There are some people that believe that you never date anyone that a friend used to date. It don't matter how long ago. It don't matter. I know a lot of people that have this, like, code.
Me
it's
too.
Just like,
and I do not care.
But it just depends. It depends on who it is.
It does depend.
Because if you dated this person like in your 20s and y'all have never talked again, like the people did know, everybody knew them, but then they like disappeared off the face of the earth, and then someone meets them, and it's like, if we have a connection, are we supposed to be like, nah, because you dated my friend 20 years ago?
Absolutely not. No. Let me tell you, for close relationships, that's too much. That's weird. You just don't want to do that. I think like that's inconsiderate.
So you wouldn't I wouldn't show up with my ex-husband.
I would not. There's so much I want to say. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say, but I will say, girl, I almost cussed. I would date somebody who dated a friend, especially if we're not friends anymore, we're not that close anymore, or even if like we're distant. Like, it's still always love when we see each other. You just got to be much closer to me, because if we don't talk every day, I'm not considering your feelings. And
if we don't talk every day, I'm not considering. That's the only thing that would.
Do you call me in a crisis? Do I call you in a crisis? Do you call me when something great happens? If none of those things happen, then literally probably 364 days out of the year, I literally don't consider, you know what I mean? Like, consider your feelings in that way. So if I'm never thinking about how day-to-day life is affecting you, why would I go out of my way to try and double check that this is okay? If we talk that infrequently, you're probably not even going to be invited to the wedding.
You're not going to be invited to the wedding. You're not going to be on the guest list. Exactly. I'm not paying for you to eat this time. No.
I do not care. Like, if I talk to you once a year and we're cool, like, we're still cool. And I can still be cool with you with your ex.
So, friend that has a friend, like someone that they're really close with.
Okay.
Someone that they may have used to date a long time ago.
Okay.
They don't date anymore.
Okay.
But they are in love with this friend.
Ooh.
They are in love with this person.
How close am I to the friend?
You are close to them. Okay, so y'all not besties, but y'all don't have no problems. Yeah. Y'all, when y'all see each other, it's up.
It's up.
Like, and y'all are, and you somehow meet this other person, the person that they're in love with, that they used to date a long time ago.
And I know that they're in love with them.
And you know that they're in love with them. And you and you see this person in another scenario, and y'all connect mistakenly. And it's like, are we supposed to explore this or not? Because they don't want her. They don't want your friend, but your friend want them. They want you, boo.
I feel like that's actually happened a couple times. And honestly, I didn't do it.
You didn't do it? I
didn't do it. Because, like, that's something a little different. Like, the ex, and you're just being, like, that's your ex. You don't really care. You're just being selfish. That's, I feel like, is a made-up rule. Now, someone who is actively in love with them, let somebody else break her heart. Especially if I see her, like, even if we're not cool, like the other scenario that I mentioned where we're like, we talk once a year, but we're cool. Like, no, this is a little bit more cool. I might run into you once a month at church or something like that.
Or we'll probably definitely be at the same events together. And you're going to see us so happy and in love.
Oh,
but they're not going to never be nothing.
Yeah, but let somebody else break her heart.
Let somebody else do it.
It's just too many men. It's just too many men out there for that scenario.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And listen, baby, I have been in enough situations where I'm uncomfortable about something like that.
I would not want to break the semi-friend's heart.
Semi-friend is insane, but it's true. Like, we all have different levels of friends.
Yeah, it is true.
We have different levels of friends, and like, I guess the girl code just depends on the level of friendship. Maybe.
Y'all, remember I said I had trouble with friends? This is probably it.
This is what it is.
This is what it is.
This is what it is, because you don't care about nobody's feelings.
The girl code is fast and loose with me. Okay?
Fast and loose. Lord have mercy. Not you giving the girls a PSA. Like, don't be my friend.
Be my friend.
I don't even want a bunch of friends.
Just keep your man. Just like a
low. Do not believe that.
I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. But back to like breaking the friend's heart. So I'm actually really, really sensitive to like that type of hurt. I do a lot of carrying on, and a lot of things I kind of would be like, okay, they'll get over it. But I Because this is where I've been like the victim. Because I say anything and I'm kind of bold, but it's usually those people who are like ultra sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a marshmallow on the inside.
Marshmallow.
I know. So I know. So I feel like I've gotten my feelings hurt a lot. I've been like the victim in a few situations. And so I would never want to cause that type of hurt. Certain things like seeing somebody that I don't care about, like a half friend with like an old man, I really don't care about that. I want everyone to be happy. But if I love him right now and then you swoop in and steal him and
oh, child.
I might gotta take you out.
I might have to.
Because what else? There's nothing else to do at that point.
You might have to go.
We've all had our victim moments, too.
Yeah. Definitely had some victim moments. What other victim moments have you had?
Oh, man. I was bullied in middle school, too.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Really?
They made fun of me because my mom, she thought I was still too young to get a perm. And at the time, nobody was doing, like, natural hair was not a thing.
Yeah. So no Just For Me for you?
Oh my gosh, no. I got dragged.
Really?
So bad.
You got dragged for the kinks.
So bad. And like the kinks and the bollies.
Wait a minute. You had bollies at 13?
Yeah. Okay, maybe not 13. Like probably like 7th grade is probably when we finally let it go. 6th grade was really hard.
Okay.
7th grade. And then by 8th grade, we had smoothed it all out. I grew like boobies, like the girl. I hit them hard.
Spreading.
Yeah, hey. And then when I got to 9th grade, it was game over.
Bullying it does something to you mentally.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you feel like you're worthless.
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel the need to pick on me because of how I look, or for whatever the reason? Because I look too soft or too nice, or because I don't say enough, because I'm too quiet.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel ashamed for being the way that you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bullies are trash. A funner fact?
Have you been a bully? Okay, funner fact. Funner fact first.
Probably. Probably.
Maybe.
But a funner fact is that what actually led me to stealing that young lady's boyfriend is that I overheard the mean church girls talking about me, and I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to be cool with them because I come from like a tiny little country church.
Yep.
And so like the larger, more vibrant, and this is when like they used to like beat their faces before I knew anything about makeup. So I was like, oh my gosh, these girls are so cool, I want to be a part of it. But I heard them making fun of me, and then a switch flipped in my head and was like, watch this. And then I was just like, well, I'm just snatchies.
My victim story is when I was in high school, I had this boyfriend that I absolutely loved. He's probably like the first boyfriend that I absolutely loved. And so I just love my boyfriend. He was a drummer, and like I was just so proud of him. But there was a problem. The problem was his ex.
Oh.
His ex was the problem. Her and her little minions.
In church?
Yep.
I
gave me
I can see it. I literally
the
can
hardest
see the whole
time. They were not together. She was mad that he moved on. So it wasn't like I took him from her.
With the minions.
Her and her minions,
baby.
They gave me the hardest time.
I believe it.
And I'm just trying to like be the best little girlfriend I can be. Like, it's not my fault that he didn't want to be with you anymore. Like, it is not my fault that he didn't want to be with you anymore. Fast forward, at the end of the day, he was cheating on me with her.
See, I told you. Didn't I tell you? It's never really over. You don't bring that man back around that girl.
I mean, we were all part of the same youth ministry.
Yep.
So I'm like parading around, and I was so proud. And I was just like, because she's so mad.
Is it too late for get backs? What we doing? We pulling up? I feel like
girl,
pulling up.
It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. But
raggedy. Ooh, them drummers be raggedy.
Netty raggedy.
No, I still love them.
We used to have the fights and the arguments, not fist fights, but just arguments. Yeah. And I would just be like, she is just so mad that she is so late and dusty. Like, I'm so sorry, girl. That baby was like, but I'm still sleeping with him.
Damn.
And my thing is, if you still have him, why are you fighting with me? Why are you fighting with me if all this time I'm walking around with my chin up, like I got him, and I really don't have him? Because I would have been in the back kicking with my friends, like, that poor thing. I still got him.
You would have known. I would have trolled you so bad if I was the ex that was sleeping with the boyfriend. You would have known.
I Exactly.
Everybody would have known.
Exactly. But still, like, why are you fussing at me about wanting him or getting him back or just whatever it is if you already have him?
Yeah.
She didn't want us to be publicly together. She really didn't want me to have him at all.
She wanted that. Girl.
And it's crazy because it was so much drama with, like, even people, like, in the surrounding the circle, like, knew about the drama.
Yeah.
And they all probably knew they were still sleeping together too. I was the only fool in this situation. P.S. FYI.
No.
FYI.
I hate that for you.
Dragged. Okay? I feel like I never... Did I still go? I feel like after a while it kind of fizzled out. Like, yeah, I was a fool. And I'm good on all of this.
It's funny. It's funny when you talk about her wanting that position because that's like, as I call it, side chick psychology.
Okay.
There's levels.
Okay.
There's levels to the side chick psychology.
Who was the side chick?
She was the side chick.
Okay.
Because it's that public. It's that public status that a side chick is after sometimes. You know, there are different things that side chicks want.
Come on, school us. Help us.
I'm trying to help somebody.
Help us,
I'm trying, okay? But that's what causes, like, the acting out and, like, the raging that side chicks do and, like, the trolling. That's me as a side chick. That's why I was like, oh, no, y'all would have known.
I would have been like...
Because what I will not be is nobody's secret.
Ooh.
Okay?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Have you seen me? I don't want to be no secret.
Boy,
A secret?
so
What? You supposed to parade me around to be proud of me, not behind the shadows and behind what?
That part. I couldn't be a secret if I tried.
Because it's that villain in you. No.
Even like in just being an adult and trying to be discreet. Like, I might spill something.
You know, this side chick psychology thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, when I was a side chick,
Okay.
I felt like I was better
Better.
than the main.
Ooh.
And I think that it's that psychology.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh, let's talk about it. Keep going.
She's clearly not able to love you the way that I can. Like, that's why you're miserable. That's why you don't want to be
I wouldn't
there.
be here if she was all that.
I wouldn't have been. Yeah. I'm better than her, and I can love you better than she can. And what Mary said, I can love you.
That is what she said.
But, like, that's also a part of the psychology. Like, feeling like you are better. And it's kind of foolish. For me, it was foolish of me to think that I had one up on her being the side chick. Because it's like, well, I know you're gonna. We may not have the same viewpoint, but for me, you know, when they say you have these lessons, you know, in life, the lesson for me was like, girl, he's just raggedy.
He's just raggedy.
You are not better than her.
Right.
Stop.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right about that. Like, a raggedy man is a raggedy man, and side chick or original girlfriend, like,
and we raggedy too. We raggedy for being the side chicks. But go ahead.
Speak for yourself.
Okay,
I'm kidding. You're absolutely right. You're right. But what I was gonna say is, attention is so important to women, and that's why when I am in a relationship or when I'm with a man, honestly, I do not stress about what my man does. Like, live, bro. Matter of fact, I love a man that women love, right? However, where I am very, very serious and where I am is, do not give any woman what they consider like special attention. Like, you cannot play that game, because as soon as a woman thinks that they have a one up on your girlfriend in any way or your significant other in any way, like, they're gonna menace.
Yeah,
that's what they do
for sure.
And they don't even have to be nothing big, baby. Don't even give them anything to play with. Don't give them nothing to play with. Don't spend more time with them when y'all are like all out together. Don't give her a ride anywhere. I'm serious, because these type of women, like this side chick psychology, even if you haven't gotten into side chick territory yet, once a woman feels like she has a one up on your significant other, like, she's going for it
all the way. Especially if you tell her all the terrible things your significant other has done.
Yeah. Or even if you don't. No.
I feel like most times they spilling the tea.
You think so?
if they tell you that they're married or they have somebody, because sometimes you don't know. I mean, when you don't know, you're not
yeah.
chick.
Sometimes we don't.
But
no. So sometimes you don't know. But I can only speak from my experience. In my experiences, it wasn't that he was necessarily unhappy or thought that she was a horrible person or she just doesn't take care of me. It was never that. They were actually really good people. I just was better. And I knew I was better every single time he gave me attention. But every single time I called him and he didn't ignore me, every single time I wanted to see him and he was available, every single time I asked for this and he gave it to me, it's over.
This is a part of the psychology,
This is a part of the psychology.
That you know that you're better.
It's not even about being better.
Right, because
it's about men are selfish.
Yeah.
Don't give this woman the inclination that you want her that bad. She will get you. Mm-hmm. And you will feel like you won and she will feel like she won. But at the end of the day, what you say, everybody raggedy.
Yeah. Especially don't make her feel like you going up in your entire situation because you want to choose her.
Ew, that's another thing. One thing I have never done, I have never played the married man game. I'll be afraid because I've never seen anyone win that game.
No.
I haven't. Now that's a game. I'm all for the foolishness. Okay? I joke a lot. I side chicked a little bit, a few times. A
little bit,
undefeated in my 20s. But I would never play that game now. Not at this age. Not with the marriage and the kids. Like a man. Yeah, man. It's just a lot. That's a lot of responsibility for a man to walk away from. And I wouldn't even. And I wouldn't want to be, like I said, I wouldn't want to cause that kind of hurt for nobody.
Yes. That's the thing.
Oof, that's so right.
That's the thing. Like even in, my situation, I carried the weight of that, of being with someone who was married and left that situation and, came to be with me. Oh. I carried that weight.
You won the married woman game?
I didn't win.
I know.
I did not win.
I know.
but seriously, like, okay, so some people don't care. Yeah. Some people don't care about the other woman. But I struggled with the guilt from that for a long time.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was hard because in my situation, it was just like, what was communicated is like, this person doesn't want me anymwell. Like, we on the outs because they don't want me. It's already over. It's not, so I'm like,
true?
Okay, well, I'm stepping, okay, well, we just kind of fell in, unintentionally. And it really was unintentional. And it's like, okay, well, if I'll take you off of her hands if she don't want you. I won. Like, I'll be the one to love on you. I mean, because people do change. Feelings change after being in a marriage or a relationship for a really long time. And it's like, okay, this used to work for me. This doesn't work for me anymore. So it was like, this isn't working for her anymore. Like, I'm not the person for her anymore. Yeah. And then we meet and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, you're my person actually. And so I'm like, I am your person.
Of course,
yes,
I
am your person. And she don't want you. Fine. Like, I'll do it. I'll be.
But whole time, it's very likely that wasn't even the whole story.
Well, of course, it's never the whole story. People never tell the whole story. Well, I mean, yeah. No, that wasn't it. It was probably a little misleading, but it's that psychology that had me like
that side chick psychology. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm better. I have a better heart. I treat you better. I have more respect for you. I understand you more. I can love on you more. Like, oh, okay. I am that girl. Yes, I am. Child, on my face, flat. That's fine though.
You live and you learn. I'm
life will life.
Oh, and it does. Listen, I'm glad you brought up the guilt thing because I was gonna ask you, like, when you're in your villain era or you're doing something that feels villainous, how often do you walk away with guilt?
I think it depends on how you feel about being a villain.
Yeah, or what caused you to be. Maybe, or if anything caused you, or why you decided.
I mean, because some people don't mind being a little, little devil.
Yeah. I mean,
sometimes people don't mean to, shake things up a little bit.
I don't really think that I'm a villain necessarily, especially in this season of my life. Honestly, I've matured through a lot, and I don't get any joy from causing and stirring up trouble like I did when I was younger. Because what else was there to do? But because I actually go into most situations with really good intentions, and now when I think people see me as a villain, it's just because like they want to.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I'm outspoken sometimes. Like to your point, maybe you have more confidence or you have something that they want, and what they would call being a villain is just somebody being jealous. I don't care about that at all. I do not care. As long as I'm presenting myself the way that I want to present myself, and I have really good intentions, I honestly, like, what people think about me doesn't bother me at all. Do you consider yourself a villain now?
I don't think so. I feel like being in your villain era brings you drama that you don't want.
Yeah.
And I am on a quest for all peace and no drama. Definitely not a villain right now. Today. Yesterday. No, I'm kidding. No, in this season.
Yeah.
In this season, like this year, January. No, I definitely not looking for the villain side of life. I would love peace and softness.
Same.
Yeah.
However, unpopular opinion, I was much more sharp in my villain era. I felt like my brain was running on all cylinders in my villain era. I think maybe because you have to be so aware, because you have so much backlash and so many people who might be coming for you, or so many. Yeah. And I think I live in this gentle and this very blissful oblivion right now. Oh. That's the delusion that I live in right now. But back then, I'm very aware, very intentional, very mischievous. But I got a lot done. Outside of that situation, I got a lot done in that season. Yeah. Like in work and in a bunch of
So you feel like you were thriving as a villain.
Now, call me crazy. But yeah.
I actually know some people thriving as a villain, so.
Listen, if it works for you. It wore me down. Yeah. It wore me down. Like, I was exhausted by the end of it. Like, emotionally and mentally.
It runs you low.
And really socially. Low. Yeah.
Yeah. It impacts all of your relationships.
Exactly.
But I think mentally, it's what happens internally. Yeah. That really isn't fun.
And I'm in therapy now, so I had to like actually
love therapy.
I do love
therapy.
Save
my life. Therapy saved my life. Thank you, Jesus.
I had to almost recover like in a more accurate sense of self from the time that I spent in that villain bag and from the repercussions of that. Like I was this person for not very long, but it was so impactful. Like sometimes I still have a good inaccurate view of myself. Yeah. Sometimes, like I said, when things have nothing to do with me, I really like, did I do that? Yes. Because I wreaked so much havoc in that season. Like sometimes I'm just automatically think like, oh my God, that's my like, oh my God, I did that. I'm so sorry. But I really don't live like that anymore.
Yeah, I definitely don't regret the villain era, because you learned some of the greatest lessons.
I did.
In that way.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Mindfully Delusional podcast. We had some requests for tea.
Please let us know if this was tea enough for you. And if you are older and you love us and you're disappointed, we love you too. Pray for us.